Hi, good morning. Linda here. Let me just plug in my mic. Okay, I'm all plugged in. Hopefully everything's good to go. Hope you all are having a lovely Wednesday morning. So I'm always looking up because there's a window right here. Just kind of looking out the window. It's actually pretty beautiful out, but it's really cold. So I have been doing this winter walk challenge. I know some of you guys watching are doing it with me. And this morning was 2 or 3 degrees out Fahrenheit. So really chilly. Still trying to warm up. I got my heater on but down in the basement. So anyways, today's yoga class is all about self-care, and it's really going to be a little more gentle and slow, but it should feel really nice and open the body in a lot of directions, a lot of hip opening today, and just really tuning into how you're feeling on the day. So you will need a blanket today, probably to place under your knees. And besides that, I don't think, yeah, that's it for props today. So just to grab yourself a blanket and we'll go ahead and get started. And today, I think we will start in Shavasana, if that feels okay for you. And I'm going to be sitting up for this first part. Just beginning to tap into how we're feeling today. And if Shavasana does not feel good for you, go ahead and just come to a comfortable seat. But usually, coming to lying down on your back feels pretty nice. And just begin to settle into your body as you lie down onto your back. Let your shoulder blades draw under. Palms can face the sky. Let your feet splay out and really just get comfortable here. And you can use your blanket if you'd like to place that under your head, just as a little bit of a lift to make it more comfortable for your neck. If it's not comfortable lying with your legs extended, plant your feet on the mat and let your knees just gently face up towards the ceiling. Just begin to notice where your body contacts the ground, whether you're lying down or in a seat. Noticing the support of the earth beneath you. Settling into your breath. And as you inhale, notice the expansion of your belly. Allow the belly to just extend like a balloon, filling up, releasing any tension. And as you exhale, allow it to gently contract without any effort, but just noticing the natural ebb and flow of your belly as it expands on your inhale. And as you exhale, a natural contraction. Your next inhale, imagine the breath coming in through the crown of your head, traveling down the central column of your body into your tailbone. And as you exhale, allow the breath to flow up, focusing on the heart center, so the breath settles into the heart. Continuing to breathe, imagining the breath flowing in through the crown, into the tailbone. Exhale, rises up, fills up your heart center. Noticing the ribs expand on the inhale, ribs softening on the exhale. Allowing your breath to enhance the connection you have to the earth beneath you. Now noticing where you might need some nourishment or self-care in your life. Where is it that you may have been neglecting? It could be your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body. Just observe where you might need a little extra attention or love. And send your breath to wherever you need it the most. So whether it's your heart center, or tension stored in your hips or neck or shoulders or wherever, allow your breath to soften into that part of your body. Inhaling through the nose, filling up the belly and the ribs. And exhale, sending your breath softening into your body, You need that nourishment. Even if you have an emotion or a mental block that you're working through, notice how that manifests in your body. You often feel the tension in the body when we have that emotional connection. If it feels right for you, or you're able to, place your hand wherever you need it. So maybe it's heart center, maybe it's your shoulder, maybe it's your belly. Just draw your hand or hands and give yourself that little bit of love. Still filling up with the breath and softening on the exhale, but now drawing your awareness with your hands and your mind to wherever you need that nourishment. And as you continue to breathe, perhaps setting an intention, a dedication, an affirmation, whatever it is you would like to take with you through your day today. Preferably one of self-love and self-care, knowing what you need for yourself. Inhale it in through the nose, and exhale, sigh it out. Gently let your hands release by your sides. And if it's comfortable for you, coming to Supta Baddha Konasana, which is reclined bound angle. So knees come wide, feet together, but still lying on your back. Your arms can be wherever's comfortable for you in this pose, whether it's on your belly or just extended out by your side. And allow your hips to gently soften and open. Your feet can be a little closer, they can be a little farther. So as always, it's your practice. Experiment with what feels right for you today. And as we continue to breathe, adding a little bit of pelvic floor work. So again, those muscles that help us control the flow of urine. It's actually really from the perineum when we contract up and just into that low belly area. So inhale, filling your belly, let your ribs expand, let the breath fill all the way up through the chest. Pause at the top, contract the pelvic floor just gently, hold it, and keep it held as you slowly exhale. And as you reach the bottom of the exhale, release the pelvic floor. Taking that same round of breath, inhale through the nose, feeling the belly, the chest, the ribs expand. Pause at the top, contract the pelvic floor gently. Exhale, holding the contraction, let your breath release. Noticing the ribs soften. Release the pelvic floor. Take one more round like that. Inhale deeply. Belly, ribs, chest expand. You can feel the breath all the way up below the collarbones. Pause at the top, contract the pelvic floor. Exhale slowly, keeping the contraction. And then release the pelvic floor at the bottom of the exhale. Very good. You can stay in Supta Baddha Konasana if it's comfortable. If it's feeling a little bit sore and tender, gently let your feet plant on the floor. Knees come up to the sky. And we're going to take a shoulder stretch on our back. So whichever version you're in, doesn't really matter. Find what's comfortable. Let your right arm come straight across your body. Hook your left forearm around your right forearm, if that makes sense. So you're taking a shoulder stretch through the back of the shoulders and you're just using a little bit of gentle pressure and gravity with your left arm to release your right shoulder blade. Breathe into your back body as you inhale. Really noticing the stretch. Exhale, soften. Then we'll switch sides. Let your right arm come down. The left arm comes straight across the body. Right forearm hooks around the left. Allowing your breath to enhance the stretch as you inhale and exhale, soften. We'll just hold for a couple breaths. One more. Release your hands at the bottom of the exhale. Now let your knees come up to the ceiling if they're not there. Feet plant onto the ground. Extend your right leg up. Right heel presses towards the sky. Hands can support your right thigh. And then just take a moment pointing and flexing your right toes. You can do ankle circles in one direction and then the other. And just waking up your hamstrings. And press your heel to the sky. Bending through your right knee, draw it into your chest. Give it a little squeeze, letting your hands come around your shin. Pull your right knee slightly out to the right just to open the hip. Releasing your shin, right ankle comes across just above your left knee, coming to thread the needle on your back or recline figure 4. Left knee begins to draw in towards your chest. Hands interlace around your left thigh if that's comfortable. Or you can even interlace your hands around the front of your left shin, pulling your knee in closer. You've got options here, but keeping your right foot flexed the whole time. Just gentle hip opening. Exhale, release your left foot to the ground. Both hands come out beside you. Shift your hips slightly to the right, couple inches, keeping this figure 4. Then allow your left foot to fall to the side. Right foot plants on the ground. Right knee still extending up to the sky. Taking a nice spinal twist, just gentle at first, and you can keep your gaze neutral. If you're feeling a little more open, you can draw it to the right. Just a couple breaths here, beginning to wake up the body. Inhale, left knee comes up towards the sky, hips come back to center, uncross your right leg, and plant your right foot onto the mat. Take it to the other side. Begin to extend your left heel up to the sky, hands interlace around the thigh. And then take that same point and flex, ankle circles, wake up your hamstring. Then press your heel strongly to the sky. Exhale, bend your left knee, draw your left knee into your chest, give it a squeeze, and taking it out slightly to your left. Still squeezing. Releasing your hands, left ankle comes onto right thigh. You can stay here if this is enough for you today, or begin to draw your right knee towards your chest. Again, same options. Interlacing hands behind the right thigh, or wrapping them around the front of the shin today. Feels nice sometimes to take a different option than what you usually do. So, explore, see how you're feeling today. Releasing your right foot to the mat. Hands come out by your sides. Shift your hips slightly to the left. Staying in the figure 4, let your left foot plant, come onto the side of your right foot. Spinal twist. Left knee stays pointed towards the sky. Again, gaze can stay up or come over your left shoulder. Usually for the first one, I like to stay neutral gaze just to take it easy. Today is all about listening to your body, nourishing yourself. You take it at your level. Inhale, come on up. Neutralize your hips back to center. Let your left foot plant onto the mat. Hug both knees into your chest. Give a little rock side to side. Let your palms come to support the backs of your thighs. And we'll take a few rock and rolls lengthwise. Really bending a few rocks, coming pretty deep into these. So you can even let your toes come all the way behind your head. We'll do maybe like 4 or 5. Coming up, rolling back, coming up. One more, and then we'll meet in seated. And come all the way back up. Coming to half Lord of the Fishes. Right knee is bent. Left foot comes across, stamping your left foot onto the ground. Let your left hand come behind you. And right hand can just come to the outside of the left knee. So let's take this gentle at first. Inhale, press your left hand down, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, take a twist to your left. Instead of cranking your neck like we usually do, let your neck be in line with your chest. So you're taking the twist from the center of your body. And you can use your hand to support you. If you feel like you want to go a little deeper, you can let your forearm come in front of your left thigh or use your elbow to press. And I'm going to take mine a little more gentle this morning. Allow your neck to stay neutral. Exhale, release, take a little counter twist to your right. And then switch out the legs. Left knee bends, right foot comes across, both sits bones on the ground. So find your comfortable space here. Right palm plants, left hand to the right knee. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, press your right hand down into the mat. Exhale, take a gentle twist to the right. Once again, letting your neck be neutral. So you should feel the twist really from your core, from the center rotating point of the body. So almost as if the spine is just rotating. Exhale, release, take a counter twist to your left. And then coming to tabletop, let's move through some rounds of cat-cow. And this time we're going to incorporate child's pose with our cat-cow. So plant your palms, set your alignment here. As you inhale, you're going to lift your chest, broaden through your collarbones. Think about sending your heart forward. Exhale, press the palms round through your spine, cat back, and then sink your hips down to your heels, child's pose. Inhale, scoop up to cow. Exhale, round the back, navel to spine, and send your hips to your heels, child's pose. And keep taking your rounds of cat-cow. This little additional child's pose really helps to release the low back. Exhale, round. And we'll do one more at your own pace. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, round. Child's pose. Come back up to tabletop. And we're going to move into Malasana. So just come on up to your knees. If you need to put your blanket under your heels, I'm going to do that. Especially this early in our practice, you can place your heels on your blanket. Sink your hips down. Elbows come to your knees. It's funny because I'll see different cues for this pose. I personally like to use it as a hip opener. But actually, if you need to help with your digestion, you can have your feet come parallel and then place the backs of your arms onto your knees and take it this way. If you're you're a little more rounded. So normally we want to expand our spine, which is what I'm going to do today. So I like to take it a little wider. But pressing your palms, lengthen your spine. But if you ever need help with digestion, that's a great little tip. It's almost like a squat position to help get things moving. We'll just be here for a few breaths. So lengthening, pressing your heels down into the ground or blanket. Or you can roll up the edge of your mat as well. Release your hands down. Come on up to Uttanasana. Move your blanket out of the way if you're using it. Take a nice gentle forward fold. You can take a rag doll if that's comfortable. Or grab your arms around the backs of your calves. A nice deep bend in the knees. Release your low back. Send your sits bones to the sky. Release your hands and come on down to tabletop. So you can see we're not doing a lot of standing today. Minimal standing today. But we're still going to be opening the hips. So let's come into almost like a lunge on your knee. So if this is where you might want your blanket, actually I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to place my blanket, unfold it a little bit, place it across my mat so it can support my knees as we do some of these poses. Right foot in between your hands, left knee on your blanket or on the mat if that's comfortable. Let your left toe spin around towards the right side. And we're going to come up to a kneeling warrior two. And this is where you might need to make adjustments. That blanket really helps. So opening through the right hip, arms extend out. Still getting that same alignment as if you were in the standing version. Sinking in, you should feel a nice gentle opening through both the right and left hip. Flip your front palm. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, reverse. Scoop it back. Inhale, come forward. Right forearm to right thigh. Extend your left arm over your ears. So it's like coming into extended side angle on your knees. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Stay for your exhale. Flip your front palm, shift forward. Scoop it back, reverse. Extended side angle. Left fingertips come over the left ear. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Stay for the exhale. One more round like that. Shift forward, scoop it back, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, extend it out. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, lower your hands inside your right foot, heel toe your right foot over, and you can let your left toes come in a little bit. So we're coming to this version of lizard, I guess you would call it. So find what's comfortable for you. And we're going to take some hip circles. So staying on your left knee, begin to circle your right hip out and around. If you're like, oh, I'm super open, this isn't doing anything, you can come down onto your forearms, or if this is too much, come up onto your fingertips. And if this is still too much, just be gentle here and you can hold. Really opening up through the right hip. One more round. And plant your palms. Let your right knee come back to meet your left, as if we're coming to tabletop. You can keep your blanket there, that's fine. Lower all the way down to your belly, knees, chest, chin. Untuck toes, plant palms. Inhale up to cobra. Open through the heart. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up, cobra. Exhale, lower. One more. Cobra and lower down. Press through your hands. Hips to heels. Child's pose for just a breath. Come on up. Tabletop. Blanket's still there. Place your left foot between your hands. Spin around so I'm facing you. And rise up, warrior two. Let your right toes spin behind you. Make your adjustments. I'm going to make mine. Arms extend out. And begin to let your hips gently open. Flip your front palm, shift forward, scoop it back, reverse. Exhale, left arm lowers to thigh, right fingertips extend out, extended side angle. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale up, warrior two. Stay for the exhale. One more round. Reverse. Extended side angle. Rise up, warrior two. Let your hands come down to the mat, heel, toe your left foot over. Right toes spin in a little bit. Coming to our modified lizard. Begin to take those hip circles out to the left this time. I didn't reverse our direction last time. It feels wrong to reverse it. I don't know why. So we're just going to do a little outer motion. Find what works for you. And one more. Release back to neutral. Let your right toes come behind, left toes come back to meet them. Lower down, knees, chest, chin. Come on to your belly. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more round. Exhale, release. press up to table. Sink back, child's pose. This time we'll hold for a few breaths. Knees can come wide if that's comfortable for you. And I'm going to take a version where I stack my hands and just place my forehead onto the backs of my hands. That just feels kind of nice, gives a little pressure. The third eye center, which is where the vagus nerve runs. It actually allows us, when we put that pressure onto the vagus nerve, to tap into our parasympathetic system. So it actually triggers that. Great little tip if you're stressed out, just put your fingers there. Notice how you're feeling. Notice where you need some nourishment. Coming back to your intention. Gently come on up. Let's make our way into down dog. We're getting to down dog today. There's not too much work today, but we'll do just a short series of standing poses. So let your hips come high, lengthen through your spine. You can just keep that nice bend in your knees, or you can pedal it out. So yogi's choice. I feel like everything in class is really yogi's choice, but sometimes we need that little affirmation to be like, hey, it's okay to do what I want. You can always do tabletop if down dog doesn't cut it. I like to do puppy sometimes instead. And then coming to a place of stillness, really press your heels back, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through the spine. Sits bones come high. Press into your index finger and thumb. Let your shoulders roll down the back. Arm bones spin towards one another. Inhale, right foot steps up. We're going to rise up to high crescent. You can keep that little bend in your back knee. Draw your right hip in. Fingertips extend. Inhale, straighten through your front leg. Open up, warrior two. Taking that same little series we just did. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. And we'll take this just one round once more. Reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten your front leg, send your hips back, shift forward, lower down, triangle pose. Just a couple breaths. Inhale, rise all the way up. Let your toes spin to the back of your mat. Then you might need to readjust, coming to high crescent at the back of your mat. So you come up onto the ball of your right foot. You can keep that little bend if that feels better. Or you can press it back. My right hip's always really, really stiff here, so I'm going to take the little bend. You just want to keep a little buoyancy and not crunch the low back. Straighten through your front leg. Open up, warrior two. Lift the front palm. Exhale, reverse. Coming forward, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, shift it forward, reverse. Lowering down, extended side angle. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Hips shift back, lean, lean, lean forward, and lower down, triangle pose. Lowering your low ribs, letting them come out and away from the body. Inhale, little bend through the front knees, right, all the way up. Spin the toes to the top of the mat, lower down. And we'll do one nice slow vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, lower to your belly. Inhale, press up to cobra. Exhale, lower down. Press up through table, child's pose. Inhale, slowly roll all the way up. Spin around and come onto your backs. Slowly lowering down all the way. Knees to chest, little rock side to side. Plant your feet onto the mat. Coming into bridge pose. Inhale, press your low back, begin to lift your hips up. You can interlace hands underneath, drawing your shoulder blades together. We'll just take one little bit extended rounded bridge. Just get a little energy at the end of our practice today. Lifting your heart, gaze stays up. Press your knees away from your body. Send your heart high. And if you can't interlace, you can grab the sides of your mat. That's a nice little place to put your hands. Holding here. One more breath. Lift your hips a little higher. Exhale, release your hands. You can come up onto the balls of your feet. Slowly, slowly, slowly roll all the way down. Hug knees into chest. Rock side to side. And coming into happy baby to end our practice before Shavasana. Flexing your feet, let them come up towards the sky. Take a little rock side to side if that feels good. I always like to grab my big toes, but certainly you can grab the outside of your feet. This depends how much of a stretch you're ready for today. And you can always just grab for your ankles or your calves. The goal is to keep your low back on the ground, so to not send your feet all the way up here, but press your sacrum into the mat. Open through the hips. Gently releasing your feet, coming into your final resting pose. We'll do just 1 minute of Shavasana, but please stay if you can for your Shavasana. It's so important that we end our practice this way. It gives us the time to pause and feel all the effects of our practice. So to feel the prana and energy moving through your body. And just breathing here, allowing your face and jaw to soften. Tongue rests easy in the mouth. Feeling nourished and supported by the earth beneath you. Coming back to your intention, your dedication. Where do you need a little bit of self-nourishment today? Or this week? This month or this year, where do you need it in the present moment the most? Deepen your breath. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you like. If you're coming out, gently begin to make small movements, wiggling fingers and toes. Gradually moving wrists and ankles, making larger movements. And bending through both knees, planting your feet onto your mat. Gently make your way onto one side. Pausing for a moment. Thanking yourself for showing up on your mat today and for doing something for you. Pressing your hands gently into the ground, begin to lift yourself up and come to a comfortable seat. Drawing your hands to heart center, bow your chin to chest. It's with so much gratitude that I'm able to practice with you today. I thank you for joining me. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from all suffering. May you be at peace. Drawing our thumb knuckles to the third eye. Together we bow and say Namaste. Namaste.